Namaskaram, all of you. Welcome to Meditation Magic. To begin with, my humble salutations to Pitamaha Patriji, Swarnamala Patriji, to all the viewer gods, and to the participant gods. So, we are continuing our discussion on consciousness and meditation. Means living in consciousness, a conscious life with meditation. So we stopped at the actions. I am not the doer. Why we should be aware on this fact is the attachment to the work done results in the restlessness most of the times. Sometimes, for best practical example, as I'm doing this video, if I feel that I have done this, then what happens? Some people may like it, some people may don't like it. If they like it, I'm very happy. If they don't like it, it may cause restlessness within me if I am not aware that I am not the doer. Let me explain why I'm not the doer. This or any other work done is not done by a single person, right? To be doing this, first thing is I need this laptop, I need the power connection, electricity, Wi-Fi connection, and the people, all the technical people behind this, and other people's support behind this. So if you see the result of one work, it is the result of so many people's effort. So nothing in this world is existing by itself. It is existing by the cooperation of so many around us. First of all, no life can sustain without the nature itself, without the supply of this air to breathe, water to drink, the food we eat. Everything is the result of nature itself. So everything in this universe is coexistence. So let's understand this coexistence better by understanding this symbiotic relationship. Most of the things in nature exist by this symbiotic relationship. What is this symbiotic relationship? Means the mutual dependency. For example, trees we have seen, right? We are experienced in growing these vegetables. Some vegetables have tender stem, so they need the support of the trees. They grow on trees, and then for support, they take the support of the tree. Then mutual dependency of husband and wife. And you might have already seen there are some birds sitting on buffalo and picking their back, right? What is that? The birds are picking for the insects or something, food that is lying on the back of the buffalo. In turn, the buffalo is free from those ticks. So that is the kind of mutual benefit. Such a kind of relationship is called a symbiotic relationship. Also, we have seen crocodile and birds. The crocodile opens its mouth and there's birds sitting and cleaning the teeth. Birds get the food, and as a result, the crocodile's teeth is clean. So, how is this symbiotic relationship useful for us to live a peaceful life? Why understanding this symbiotic relationship is so important for us for a peaceful and conscious living? What is the relationship? So, the root cause of the restlessness is our ignorance. So, always the mind or the ego is insecure. So we are restless. To stay completely present, the mind needs to be recognized for what it is. So we are all creatures, right? That fact also, so many times we forget. And we have so many stories running in the head. So to understand, to recognize that whatever is happening in the mind is just an illusionary story without the practical approach. So, we need to understand the very existence of us and nature so that we live a better life with clarity and stability. So, first is we are all the just creatures like any other animal. We are completely dependent on nature for our very existence and our ongoing life. Any abilities or successes we have are the gifts of creation, not a result of our own merit. Yes, of course, we say that yad bhavam tad bhavati, that is, it is a result of thought. But even then, without the gift of nature from the this body itself is a gift of nature, right? If nature doesn't give me the gift of this body, what can we do right now? So everyone has strengths and weaknesses depending upon what the gifts we have received. Everybody has weakness and strengths, right? None of us is morally superior compared to anyone else. Every being is equal in this existence. And these points are only for our mental peace. We need not do anything with these sentences. The thing is, understand the nature of existence and then relieve from the ignorance. Always the truth is two-sided puzzle. So we have been discussing from the beginning that this life is existing on the parallel truths, subtle truth and the physical truth. So only with humility we can resolve all the restlessness in the mind. So sometimes we feel so superior, everything I can control, and we take the most expensive insurance policy, we ensure safety of our kids and all, right? Then what happens suddenly? Some tsunami, landslides, and recently we all experienced corona disease, right? So this also needs to be understood by our minds properly so that we resolve the restlessness in ourselves. So man can never live 100% by himself alone, independent to a certain extent, but we are all dependent upon coexistence. So practice tip for now is, so send love and peace to the whole creation, including all animals and birds, so that we get that love and peace within us. When we say that we are radiating peace and love to the whole creation, our intention of creating love and peace to the all living being results in love and peace for our own self. So we should always exist as love and peaceful being. So the next point for us to understand is self-acceptance. Self-acceptance enables us to understand and be honest about our strengths and weaknesses. By accepting ourselves, we open the door to self-care and a much more positive attitude towards who we really are. This will create the opportunity to develop and improve ourselves and our life. Acceptance means fully acknowledging the facts of a situation and not fixating on how it shouldn't be that way. This mindset moves us away from the often harsh judgment of ourselves and allows us to break away from thoughts of guilt or unfairness. So let me share a story with you at this point of self-acceptance. Most of you are familiar with the historic character Ashtavakra. Ashtavakra was a great knowledgeable person in the past. His body was crooked at 8 points. So actually the story is long, that he is cursed by his own father why he is having that kind of a body. But I'm focusing on only that self-acceptance part. Relevant to that, I will share that part of the story. So Ashtavakra, as he used to pass on the streets, some people used to laugh, right? Looking at his crooked body. He used to get so offended that he used to curse them immediately. And he got so used to cursing people very often. He used to completely think that prejudiced mind kind of thing. He used to think that everybody is laughing it as crookedness. Once it so happened, Radha is coming in front of Ashtavakra. At that time, what happens? Ashtavakra just takes water in his hand and is about to curse Radha. At that time, what happens is Krishna comes in between and asks Ashtavakra to just give a pause. He asks Ashtavakra to just give Radha a chance to explain herself and why you are trying to curse her. Then when Ashtavakra pauses and asks and tells that Radha is laughing at his body's crookedness, then when Radha gets a chance to explain, she says she is just mesmerized by his knowledge, his amazing knowledge and his command over the grammar. So she is amazed and she couldn't help being that blissful smile on her face. And this smile is mistaken by Ashtavakra as she is laughing and judging about his personality. So at that time, what's happening? Radha doesn't even know about what he is thinking. She's just appreciation. In all appreciation for Ashtavakra, she is smiling. But this is totally mistaken by Ashtavakra. What is happening here? Ashtavakra, he himself has so many prejudices about his own body and expectations from his body. He himself is not satisfied about himself seeing at others' body. So he was in his own thoughts. He was in the prison of his own thoughts or the prison of his own mind and couldn't see the other's reality for what it is. So sometimes it so often happens with us also, wherein we keep on judging ourselves. Most of the time, nobody is caring for us. Everybody is busy in their own life. But we continue to have so many judgments on our own self, and we enter into so much of hurt and guilt or unfairness that Mother Nature has done to us. For example, if somebody says, I am dark, if I don't have any knowledge, then I sulk, right? So sulking is a negative quality. It is very toxic for the body. So to overcome such things, we should understand the knowledge of self acceptance, the importance of self appreciation. And this is also called as self love. We should love ourselves first. In the first place, we can do so many things. We can talk, we can hear, we can do something with hands. We should appreciate for all the gifts that we can create and we can provide to others. We are enjoying life, right? So we should learn to live in gratitude by completely accepting ourselves, completely appreciating ourselves, what all small things we are able to do. Supposing we are now sharing this session and this knowledge, right? This is nothing less. This is a very important step we are taking towards self-knowledge. So to be peaceful and to accept everything and to be proactive in life and to live a very joyful life, we need to understand ourselves and our nature of existence. So there's one more story wherein there's one lazy person. He is very, very lazy to work. So he always wants some easy way of finding food. So he enters into one garden wherein there are so many fruit trees, and he tries to rob all the fruits over there. That time what happens? The owner comes. At the sound of the owner, this lazy person runs into the forest. And he's so busy running in the forest that he loses his way and is trapped in the forest. At that time, he's so hungry, and at that time, he notices a wolf which doesn't have its hind legs. The wolf is crawling. This person is surprised. The wolf has no capacity of hunting for itself. Then he wonders, how can such a helpless wolf survive in the forest? So he's so curious that he wants to see how is this wolf surviving in the first place. So he hides on the tree, and slowly, after some time, he sees a lion walking towards the wolf with a big piece of meat in its mouth. And the lion drops the meat in front of wolf. So this boy, this lazy person, is very much confused, and he has some nice conclusion about this story. So he says, anyway, nature has a plan for me. Like the nature has already taken care of the wolf, the nature we can also take care of me. So now he waits for someone to bring food for him. So he is waiting and waiting, and he becomes more and more hungry and desperate for food. Then after some days, he watches a monk passing by that forest. And then he stops this monk and asks, see, this is what I saw. There is this wounded, this handicapped wolf, and the lion is supplying food for the wolf. Similarly, so nature should also supply food for me, right? If this is what I'm understanding, nature has planned for each and everybody. So naturally, nature has planned for me also. So nature should provide me food. Then the monk says, what you have thought the lesson is, it is right. But the conclusion you made is slightly wrong. The nature means you should be the lion who supplies food for the weak and the incapable. You are very well capable of getting the food for yourself, and you can be a supplier of food to the weak and the handicapped ones. So like this, we have not understood the role of ourself in life, and we keep on confusing ourselves. So once we study our life properly and understand our purpose of life properly, the nature of existence properly, we get to live a peaceful life and a fruitful life. Whenever it is not aligned properly, that time we tend to become restless. We just need to pause and ensure that we are moving in the right direction. So with this knowledge, we move on to the next one. Working for peace. So to get some food on the plate, we should prepare, right? We should be involved in cooking, then only we get some food to eat. Like that, if we want peace in life, then we should also work for peace. Nothing in this nature comes for free, right? So if you want to have a peaceful life, we should work for peace, tranquility, freedom from disturbance. In this world, nothing comes for free. So if you want peace in life, we need to work. Resolve all the conflicts first in relationships, in situations, and in things. In this world, none is the deliberate doer. So we all have conflicts in relationship by blaming the other person, right? Always we are blaming the other person for the restlessness in my mind. We are continuously involved in expectation, judgments, opinions, and as a result, we are justified by whatever we are thinking. So now we need to adjust our conclusions, understanding that in this world, nobody is the deliberate doer. Nobody is sitting here to hurt us. Nobody is sitting here to comment on us. They just don't mean to hurt us. Things just happen. When you understand this, when you understand your own self, that you don't want to hurt others, then how can they want to hurt you? So it's a thing to be thought, right? I deliberately never want to hurt others, but I do end up hurting so many people. Knowingly or unknowingly, intentionally or unintentionally. So such is the state of our existence. Once you understand this, you will keep on maintaining peace in the mind. Whatever happened till now happened, because nobody is a deliberate doer. I also didn't hurt anybody, and nobody deliberately hurt me. Then we are at peace, right? So unless the heart is completely free from all hatred and ill will, one cannot be peaceful. Hatred in the heart is like fire in heart. If I hate somebody, that is a fire which will burn me first. Whether it will burn our neighbors or no, that is different. But the hatred I carry in this heart is there. So even if we hate smallest animals, we cannot be completely peaceful. For reasons unknown, restlessness will occur. So the tip here is teach yourself to accept all with love. I can give a practical example here. For example, I am holding this glass of water. For some time, this glass of water is lightweight for me. If I continue to hold this glass for 1 hour, then the weight of this glass seems more. Again, if I continue to hold this glass for 5 hours, 8 hours, what happens? This glass will start hurting my arm. If I hold on to this glass till morning, then my whole neck, everything will become stiff. So, what happened? The weight of this glass didn't change, but the time I am trying to hold on to this is causing me pain and suffering. So, the hatred, hurt, guilt, what we carry in our heart is heavy, and whatever hatredness we also carry in the mind, that baggage is become heavy. The stress, everything is happening because of so much of thoughts and ill will, some negative thoughts that we are holding on to, we are not letting go, we are not accepting the life to flow like a river. We want the life to happen in the way we want. Yes, definitely you should try to do your best, but then take the result as it comes, right? Karmanyevadhikarasya mafaleshu kadachana. You should do as if everything, the work depends on you only. You should be involved in such an extent to do that work. But once that work is done, finish. Don't be there only, sitting there only on the fruits. Move on to the next work. So, like that, if we are willing to let go of whatever negative thoughts we are having, whatever hatred we are having towards other people, the hurt we are holding on to, if we are able to drop those judgments, expectations, like this glass of water, keeping it down immediately means it doesn't create any baggage or burdens in the mind. We can be completely free and peaceful. So, with this teaching, with this knowledge that the masters have so beautifully shared with us, we should try to imbibe all this knowledge into us by practicing concentration on our breath, anapanasati dhyana, meditation. So, let's start practicing anapanasati meditation. Sitting in a comfortable, relaxed position. Cross your legs, fingers crossed. Focus on your breath. Deep inhale and natural exhale. Enjoy the process of breathing. When the mind is focusing on the breath, it becomes clear of all the thoughts. Only creativity exists in the mind. Eyes closed, concentrating on it. Last 5 minutes. To share our intentions and goodwill with the whole world. May all beings of the universe be peaceful, joyful, be healthy, and be liberated. May all beings of the universe be joyful, be healthy, and be liberated. May all beings of the universe be joyful, be healthy, and be liberated. And be liberated. Sarvesham Shanti Bhavatu. Sarvesham Sarvesham Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kashchit Dukkha Shanti Shanti. Gently rub your hands. Feel on your face. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to the beautiful silence. Thank you for participating.
and sharing your energies.
Thank you for joining.